Trying to tell you, SVP is up next, man. I'll let y'all.
Hi there, welcome. Sportscenter from the nation's capital. I'm Scott Van Pelt. Full Thursday night football reaction. Damian Woody in studio, one of the stars of the game, and we expect it to be from that Houston defense. What a win for them. Plus, in the NBA, Tyrese Maxey goes wild, 54 for the Sixers in an overtime win. Those highlights on the way, and indeed that is Trombone Shorty. We got winners on the way. As for, what is it, week 12 in the National Football League? Indeed it is. It kicks off with this Bills offense, second best in the NFL, against the best defense in terms of yards per game. It's third and inches. James Cook doesn't get inches. He gets 45 yards, and he's gone. The seventh opening drive touchdown for Buffalo this season, most in the NFL. They missed the extra point, though, and that ultimately would prove to be significant. A 6-3 lead here, and Josh Allen gets bowled over by Will Anderson Jr. Initially, as he was reacting as if he was badly injured, he shook that off. 6-3 after one. It's 6-3. Buffalo driving, and again, there's Anderson sacking Allen. That was a theme throughout the night. Bills held to a field goal. It's 9-3. It's Davis Mills in again for C.J. Stroud, finds Christian Kirk. It's a 10-9 game. Next, Bills snap. And it's deflected and picked. Kalen Bullock. And he is shaking off tacklers. And he's going to score, but in real time, you might have seen a clear block in the back. Derek Barnett, that takes the touchdown off the board. The Texans settle for just 3. So it's a 4-point lead, and it lasts about 10 seconds. Ray Davis spins out of tackle. Makes Fairbairn miss, although, I mean, what was Fairbairn going to do? Out in space with Davis, nothing you could do with that. He flips into the end zone. In the blink of an eye, the Bills back in front. This Texans offense, though, they weren't content to just go into the locker room. They go down the field, and it's Mills to Jaden Higgins. So a wild scoring finish to the end of the first half. It's 20-16. It's now a 7-point lead, 4th and 1, and it's a dive up the middle, and Cook is bowled over. And as Allen heads back to the sideline, he has a very important question.
What are we doing?
Texans take over, but they give the ball back, and now it is Khalil Shakir, who makes a couple of defenders miss on a 3rd and 12 screen. The Bills, though, would bog down and settle for a field goal, so it's a 4-point game. They force a punt. It's now 3rd and 20. And Allen under duress all night. There's a flag for a hold. Allen goes down, sacked for the 8th time. Again, he's shaking his hand. This time it's his throwing hand. He's trying to shake that off as they try to dial up a 4th and 27. What's the play? It's not quite pitchy woo-woo, but it's unbelievably executed. It's Josh Palmer. The toss to Khalil Shakir. They gain 44 yards. That is perfection in terms of the execution of the hook and ladder. The drive continues. 3rd and 1. Allen looking for Shakir, and Anderson Jr. was so great all night. No play bigger than this as he deflects what would have certainly been a first down toss to Shakir after a false start penalty. Allen, now under duress, just has to get rid of it. Bullock with his 2nd pick of the game. It was a flag for offensive PI on Buffalo, and it's Houston riding that defense all the way to victories. You see, Houston had 8 sacks, a pair each for Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. Is it Anderson Jr. that's going to join the show? Oh, Bullock, who's going to join the show. He had 2 huge picks. They moved to double digits. They are the first teammates with 10 sacks through 11 games in the season over the last 5 years. Damian Woody, always fun to be here. And, man, we saw an entertaining football game tonight.
My Lord, that defense, woof.
Look, the lens that people probably see this through is Buffalo. We're going to put them on the back burner, and let's talk about that defense and this Houston team. C.J. Stroud goes out with a concussion. Mills comes in, and they keep winning football games. And so he's held the rope. This defense, though, Damian, if this Houston team keeps winning, how frightening a proposition are they down the stretch and potentially into the playoffs?
What do we say? What would we say upstairs?
Tell the people.
If Houston finds their way into the postseason, you're not going to want to play them. And I think the whole nation saw why. That Houston Texans defense, they're elite on all three levels. That front was absolutely ferocious. Josh Allen has never been sacked 8 times in his career. I mean, listen, most of these teams, they don't even have guys that can keep up with Josh Allen once he gets to moving around. But Houston, this defense, they have so many guys, and they come at you in waves up front. They just did a masterful job of containing Josh Allen tonight.
I'm going to go back in that highlight to 4th and 1. You and I in real time both, I just said there's no way you don't run Josh Allen in some form or fashion. Roll him out, give him a chance. But to run into the teeth of that defense,
I just threw my hands up.
Like Josh?
I felt the same way that Josh Allen was like, what was that? You literally ran a dive into the teeth of the Houston Texans defense. I'm thinking, okay, some type of boot, some type of action where you get Josh Allen on the perimeter and you're left scratching your head at that play call.
Whether it's me talking to your BC brother Tim Hasselbeck on Sunday or talking to you on Thursdays, it feels like we often refer to the idea of a backup quarterback being as important a position as any in the NFL, because if your backup can't do it, then you fall apart. I'm not saying Mills is an MVP, but he's held the rope and he's done a more than serviceable job when called upon. I don't know how he's not going to be the guy we talk about. The defense is where we should start.
Right.
But I give the guy a ton of credit for filling in admirably and giving them a chance to not just stay where they were, but ascend in Stroud's absence. Doesn't he deserve credit?
Oh, absolutely. You just don't want the guy to be the guy that loses you games. You know, he's done a very good job of just holding down the fort, making plays when they're there, and absolutely depending on the most important and the best aspect of their team, their defense. Right. Their defense is going to keep them in every game.
And yet, having said that, you and I definitely wondered if, the relatively conservative approach with that lead could come back to bite him. It nearly does. An incredible execution on a 4th and 27, which has no chance to work, and it does. But then that defense again gets the stop, and they get the victory. As for Buffalo, they have lost on the road against Atlanta, didn't look great offensively. They lost on the road against Miami. They just turned it over a number of times. They turned it over again tonight on a number of occasions, and there's nothing you could do in the face of that pass rush. How concerning is it to watch Buffalo continue to put tape like this out there in an AFC that feels as wide open as ever? Because I think we keep looking at KC and Buffalo and waiting for them to be who they've been, and maybe this is just who they are.
Oh, and in regards to Buffalo, the problem with Buffalo is they're asking 17 to put on his cape all the time. He doesn't have the support. He doesn't have the help in order to overcome this team's deficiency. They're not good on defense. They don't have wide receivers that can get open versus man coverage.
Coleman a scratch again for the second consecutive game.
Exactly, and their best receiving threat is their tight end Dalton Kincaid, who was also out. So they're very limited offensively, and they're bad defensively.
Well, I mean, look. Look at the last game they played against Tampa Bay. The man 17 is responsible for 6 touchdowns.
Correct.
And it's like, I mean, at some point, put on a cape. There's a little kryptonite, and that was the Houston defense tonight. We will hear from that Houston defense a little bit later. We'll hear from Damian a little bit later in the show.
$5 lineup. That's code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. Wow, what an outstanding game by the Texans defense. 8 sacks, 3 takeaways, 2 picks, and a fumble recovery. They pressured Josh Allen all night. If you would have told me the Texans defense could do this, we know they're outstanding. This is the best defense in football, statistically. Was going to be able to take this man down 8 times? Take the ball away 3 times, I wouldn't have believed you. But the Texans defense rose to the occasion, and when they absolutely had to have it again, it was their defense, and that is the mark of a great defense. Y'all know who I am. I'm your favorite unk, Shannon Sharpe. This is my partner and co-host, Liberty City's own, Madden ratings adjuster, a former Pro Bowl and All-Pro for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit the like button. Do us a favor, go subscribe to the Nightcap Podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Ocho and I would like to personally thank you for your eyes, ears, and your word of mouth. Thanks to you, Nightcap has become what it's become. And only because of you, we shall continue to grow, only because of you. So again, thank you for your support and your continued support. Make sure you head over to LaPortierCognac.com if you cannot find Shea by LaPortier in a city or state near you. You can just order it online. Best believe we're coming to a city or state near you if we're not already there. It is the best tasting premium VSOP cognac on the market. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Here, we had 2 bottle signings today, and everybody loved it. They got an opportunity to sample before they purchased it, and they were very glad that they did. Thank you for your support and your continued support. Make sure you head over and check out my media company on all of its platforms, Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84 with 84 being spelled out. That link is pinned in the chat. The Buffalo Bills, the Texans 23, the Buffalo Bills 19. Texans D, 8 sacks, 2 picks, 1 fumble recovery. Countless pressures. They probably would have had him another 3 or 4 times had it not been Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Because he got the ball out a couple of times, Ocho, and he was able to get out of harm's way.
Yeah.
But I thought they did an unbelievable job. Will Anderson Jr. is about to get him a Hutchinson contract.
Woo! Hey, he the real
Danielle
deal,
Hunter
right?
on one side, Will Anderson Jr. You got Mario Edwards Jr. You got Rankins. You have Barnett. They got a front that they can rotate guys in. Tuilolo got in on action. And the back end is solid. You got Stingley, you got Latz. They are really, really good on the back end, but their front 4, front 6 is exceptional.
Yes.
And they did an outstanding job considering the offensive player of the week, Josh Allen, 3 touchdowns. There's only 2 men that's ever had 3 touchdowns rushing, Ocho, 3 touchdown passes in a game.
Yeah.
Otto Graham did it in 54 in the championship game. Josh Allen has done it twice. They made Josh Allen seem normal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They made him seem normal. And Josh Allen is anything but normal.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that's the way Josh played tonight. That was all because of that Texas defense. I ain't nothing with you no more. Now, I told you Josh Allen was supposed to have 255 yards. That's all I needed. Look what he got.
He had 253.
That means he was under. I said he was going over. Before you go, Ocho, here's the Texans defense. Number 1 in total defense, 1st in points allowed, 3rd in defense, 3rd in third down percentage, 3rd in pass defense, 3rd in rush defense, 5th in takeaways. Take off.
Hey, listen, around the board, the Texans defense around the board on all 3 levels, the front, 2nd level, and that back end is phenomenal. For one, I know what Will Anderson Jr. did tonight. I know how he looked tonight, but I want to give Kalen Bullock some love, right? I want to give Kalen Bullock some love. 2 interceptions, forced fumble. He made Shakir fumble early
in the third. Was that in the third quarter, Ocho?
I think it might have been the third. Kalen Bullock was all over the place, huh?
He was.
He was all over the place. Will Anderson Jr. They sacked Josh Allen 8 times, huh? It almost looked like what we consider Superman at most times, with his ability to extend plays and play off script. It looked like he didn't even belong out there. They kept you. They had him uncomfortable all game. He missed the
Kryptonite boys.
Yeah, basically that's exactly what it was. And for me, for the Texans, right? If we can get that offense, and goddamn brother Mills, David Mills was only 16 for 30 with 2 TDs. He only had 153 yards.
He left some plays out there, Ocho. I know you saw it. I know you saw what I saw. I was tweeting. I was like, bro, how many TD throws he gonna leave out there?
Oh yeah,
you got the guy open. You hit the guy in the back of the head. You got the guy. I'm talking about that's the defender you hitting in the back of the head. That ain't your guy.
He underthrowing the ball.
Yes.
He underthrowing the ball. But listen, I'm not sure when CJ Stroud comes back. But when he does, if that offense, if CJ Stroud can elevate that offense and meet that defense just halfway, we don't need you to be top 5 in the NFL. Just meet them halfway. It can be scary. It can be scary, especially if they can get in that doorway and get in them playoffs. But that's a defense that don't nobody want to see at all.
The defense is, and that's the question, offensively. Because this defense is as good as advertised. DeMeco Ryan does a great job of setting the people. I forget the the defensive coordinator that was calling the plays tonight. Miko turned the play calling over to him.
Yeah.
But when you look at Danielle Hunter had 2 sacks, Will Anderson Jr. had 2.5 sacks, Tualolo had a sack, Tim Settle Jr. had a sack, Mario Edwards had half a sack, Barnett had a sack. I mean, hell, the only people that didn't get a sack was me and you. And I'm in New York and you in Miami. Hell, if we'd have been in Houston, we might have could have got a half a sack together.
And I got one more thing. One more thing. For those of you that are in the chat, I don't understand why offensive coordinators do this, right? You understand how well your defense is playing.
Yeah.
I think in the fourth quarter, toward the end of the third quarter, heading into the fourth quarter, you're getting all these turnovers, right? You're getting all these opportunities